Welcome to Author Transformation Stories. This is Som Batla, author of 22 books at Amazon and founder of Author Freedom Hub. This is a community of 1,000 plus aspiring authors who thrive with self reliance. Yes, and in this series called Author Transformation Stories, we meet with the various authors who joined our community, write the books, publish books, take it to bestseller level, and thrive with their author journey. And today we have with us Vikram Khetan. Vikram is a CFO of a manufacturing company in South India, and he joined my community in the month of, I believe, June 2020. And after that, he has published 3 books and he's become a serial entrepreneur, as I call. And not only that, and he has taken a leadership role in a way that he is now having a YouTube channel called Sip and Talk with Vikram, where he is helping fellow authors in terms of showcasing their art, their book to the world and convey their message to the world. Welcome, Vikram, to the show.
Thank you, Som. Namaste to everybody.
Yes, welcome here. So, if watcher, you are watching this channel for the first time, I ask you to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so that you can get more and more such kind of interviews in your mailbox. And I interviewed Vikram already in the month of November 2020 because I have a series called Bestseller Club Series. And Vikram had hit bestseller in USA and Canada with his book Secrets to Magical Life. So let me first of all show Vikram's achievements in terms of his books and YouTube channel. Let me show that. Look at the screen. It's an author page of Vikram Khetan where his books are there. How to Grow Rich and Become Wealthy, Aging Gracefully is the latest book, and other one was The Secret to Magical Life. This is his author journey, and now the second one is Sip and Talk with Vikram, where he is interviewing authors of our community and otherwise, and in showcasing their talent to the world. So wonderful, Vikram. Thank you very much for coming here. It's great to have you on the show.
Thank you again, and I'm obliged that I've been given this platform to speak my mind out to you.
Wonderful. Now, since we have already met at a previous interview, Bestseller Club series, I won't go much into your book. I want to talk about your transformation because it's a transformation story. I want to talk about your transformation in terms of journey. You have a rich profile of in the finance world. You are CFO of a tiles company, and now you are into literary side, writing books, and now coming into YouTube channel and helping other people. So why don't you start with something about your inspiration of writing and now keep on writing a lot of books and helping people. Talk about the inspiration which made you started and which keeps you, the drive which keeps you going.
Yeah, thank you, Som. See, every writer is primarily a reader. I used
Hmm.
to read a lot of books, and in my home, we had a personal library of few hundred books, if not
Hmm.
thousand.
Hmm.
So whenever I got time, I used to read books, irrespective of what genre or subject they were in.
Hmm.
So in a way, those learnings that I acquired over a period of time,
Hmm.
they etched into my mind deeply, and I always wrote something for myself. I
Hmm.
always wrote, except for my school essays, which were most of the times read out in my class,
Hmm.
but I always wrote for myself in
Hmm.
my own personal diary, and I thought that's it. My thoughts are there for me and with me.
Hmm.
But then it came to my mind that why not share the thoughts? So
Hmm.
I started blogging.
Hmm.
Now, blogging had a very limited view and outreach. You could share the blog with people you know, but it
Hmm.
had a very limited outreach.
Hmm.
And I used to get feedback on my blog, so I thought, okay, why not write a book?
Right.
Okay, so I started writing a book,
Hmm.
and I almost finished my text, and then I came across you.
Hmm.
So, see, the difference between writing and being a publisher as well
Hmm.
is what I got from you.
Hmm. Hmm.
You can write a book and then go to a publisher, or you can write a book and self-publish it. So
Hmm.
you have taken this self-publishing part a bit seriously,
Hmm.
and that has given me more independence on
Hmm.
bringing out more books again and again. Now i'm
Hmm.
i'm on the verge of publishing my fourth book now.
Wonderful.
So yeah, so yeah, these three books are the ones who all each one of them has done bestseller,
Hmm.
and they have done bestseller in mostly three countries: USA, UK, and Australia. Yeah,
Wonderful.
It was number one hot new release in UK also.
Amazing. Amazing.
So yeah, so these were the achievements about my writing.
Hmm. So now let's talk about, like, as you rightly said, that being dependent on publisher versus taking charge of your life. Now, see, if somebody is thinking that I will be only writing and somebody else will publish, there is a lot of, kind of control in the hand of other people. But now, after coming to the community, going through the courses, do you think you have some kind of more self control, more self reliance, where you can now publish any number of books? As you're saying, fourth book you're already writing. So just talk about that so that watchers could get a difference between this transformation. What does it mean?
See, for a new person, it will sound and feel a bit overwhelming at the outset that,
Hmm.
oh, my forte is writing and
Hmm.
why all this hassle of publishing.
Hmm.
But I think once you learn the ropes, it becomes very easy. The
Hmm.
entire effort is for the first book.
Hmm.
Once you go through the first book, then it becomes very easy. Then
Hmm.
it is a routine. And yes, uh, I can talk about myself. I am a rather independent and free-minded person.
Hmm.
So I do not like dependence. I do not like to run after people for anything in life.
Yes.
So yeah, it gives me a lot of pleasure, a lot of fun, to be independent in publishing my books and without requesting or chasing anybody.
Yes. Yeah, there is a difference between dependency and outsourcing.
Yes,
Dependency
yes,
means you can't do anything without the help of that person and you are stuck. If that person is not
yes, yes,
moving ahead, you are stuck in the journey. But outsourcing is that you know how to do that stuff, but you don't want to do it. You know somebody else can do it and you outsource that. The way we do the cover
yes,
designs, we
yes.
are not designing the covers ourselves. We give it to other people so that they could
Sure.
do it better, but what they could do. Wonderful. So great. So that's transformation stuff. And now let's a little bit talk about, you're saying you're coming out with the fourth book. What is the topic of that fourth book?
My fourth book is about the problems that people usually face in this world.
Hmm.
The mostly psychological problems.
Hmm.
Mostly, the problems are never outside you.
Yes.
The problems are always the problems are always within us, and the solutions are also not outside you. The
Hmm.
solutions are also within us.
Right.
So you have to make the two ends meet. You have
Hmm.
to understand the root of the problem, and you have to understand what you can do to solve the problem.
Hmm.
So
Right.
here I am taking help of Bhagavad Gita.
Okay.
Bhagavad Gita is one book, if I may call it a book.
Hmm.
So, it is one book or a compendium of philosophy,
Hmm.
and it is so contemporary even today.
Right.
It is just not a religious book, according to me. It
Yes,
is a
you are right.
very contemporary philosophy
Hmm.
based on which the modern philosophy also sounds very similar.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So
Hmm.
I have tried to draw that parallel,
Hmm.
that what Bhagavad Gita said and what the modern
Hmm.
psychologists have said, and I have
Hmm.
tried to bring them together.
Wonderful. Yes, I think the platform of Bhagavad Gita is, Arjuna was sitting on the chariot that I won't be fighting with my relatives. They are my relatives, and I heard that first chapter, the first adhyaya, is all about Krishna listening to Arjuna as to what the problems are. So he
Yes,
was telling all his
yes,
problems, all was,
yes, yes.
and in the remaining all chapters, Lord Krishna was talking about the solution. So you are rightly saying Gita is really a life's book, because somebody who is facing with life challenges, how to handle those challenges. In the war front, if somebody is giving solutions to that person, it means he's talking about war of the life. So you're very rightly, telling your point of view from the of Bhagavad Gita. So wonderful. So
May I add to this?
sure.
Arjuna was actually driven by a lot of psychophobias, anxieties,
Hmm.
worries,
Hmm.
fear,
Hmm.
emotions,
Hmm.
uh, you know, im- even grief of losing his kin, and
Hmm.
many other such problems. And actually, I am spelling out all those problems in my book
Hmm.
now. That
Hmm.
these are some common psychological problems that we all face
Hmm.
in our day-to-day life at
Right.
certain intensities.
Right.
So if we know how to tackle it from within, it
Hmm.
helps.
Now, thing is that Arjuna was really a talented person, and if that kind of person can go through those kind of psychophobias of anxiety, worry, and all this stuff, so if and the solutions given by Lord Krishna could help him, so those solutions, if we put to a normal man's life, they will definitely, get some benefit out of it, and they can change themselves. Wonderful, wonderful. So let's now talk about. You said that you have a background where you have a lot of hundreds of books in your house, and you were reading, you were writing for your own. First of all, as a therapy, you keep on writing, and then you went into essays and blogging, and then book. Now, let's talk about this little bit. Let's do the comparison. When you were writing just for yourself versus little bit blogs, and now you're writing in the book format, what is the difference you feel in your own perception of yourself in the world? What do you think yourself differently as an author? What do you think differently? So can you just talk about little bit about that?
See, when I'm writing for myself, I am totally informal.
Hmm.
Okay, I write what I believe.
Hmm.
But when I'm writing for the people, my beliefs have to be tested.
Oh, yes.
Okay, that's the difference. Now, okay, I may believe that, yoga is good for me,
Hmm.
but I have to research how much yoga has benefited people or whether
Hmm.
it is just a placebo.
Hmm. Right.
So, yeah, likewise, I mean, this is just one example.
Hmm.
So, when I write something in a book, I try to research further that whether it holds good.
Hmm.
Now, my recent book on aging gracefully,
Hmm.
uh, everybody is growing old day by day,
Hmm.
but how many are actually maturing up?
Hmm.
So, growing old is inevitable, but maturing is a choice.
Wow.
So, we
What
have,
a
yeah,
can you
so we
please
have to
can you please elaborate that? Growing is yeah.
see
Just repeat that. Hmm.
growing old is a physical phenomena. You
Right.
grow old,
Hmm.
right? And maturing is a mental phenomenon.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
So one has to really mature up from within. It's like ripening of a mango or
Hmm.
opening up of a flower into fragrance. A bud
Hmm.
is never fragrant, if you have noticed,
Hmm.
because it is fragrant only when it blooms into a flower.
Hmm.
Likewise, a raw mango is totally different from a ripe mango.
Hmm.
So that makes all the difference.
Wonderful. And maturity makes you more beautiful from inside. If you are maturing gracefully, it gives you real inner beauty, as I think also.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Yes. Wonderful. Okay, Vikram, it was great to discuss about your author journey. Now, let's switch the gears a little bit and let's talk about Sip and Talk with Vikram. You joined the community in June 2020. You have been a leader in the community. I have seen you giving so much value to people, buying other people books, putting reviews on their books, and also helping them with a lot of questions which keep on coming in the Telegram group of our community. And people appreciate you as a leader helping them. And now you have gone to the next level in terms of demonstrating your leadership abilities. You're already leading a corporate, and now you are leading a set of authors in terms of giving them a platform of YouTube channel where they could showcase their talent, showcase their message to the world. I started this with intention. I started my YouTube channel with the intention of helping people to showcase their story, showcase their message, and inspire the world. And you have, I would say, joined the hands in kind of, scaling that up in terms of helping the society authors. So, can you please elaborate what was going in your mind detail, like you were, first of all, you're writing the book. Was it for a long time that you had a plan of starting with this channel, or it happened as a serendipity? Someday you were thinking something and some thought came up and you started. Just go deeper into that thought process, what you were thinking, what ideas came to you, what kind of emotions were into your mind, into your heart. So let your heart come out in terms of why you started this, and what is your longer plan with this Sip and Talk with Vikram.
Okay. Glad you all noticed it, and I'm grateful that you are loving it. I can see that from the subscriptions growing and from the watch hours growing every day, and I'm thankful and grateful for that.
Hmm.
Now, while I was in this author journey, I was interacting with other authors as well.
Hmm.
So what I noticed is, okay, I learned my ropes quickly.
Hmm.
I got bestseller tag for all my books, and I was I was leading. I was helping people.
Hmm.
But then there were some people who I noticed that despite their best efforts, they are not hitting up the notch,
Hmm.
and they needed visibility.
Hmm.
So what I felt is, okay, this person has also done as much hard work in writing and publishing a book as I did,
Hmm.
but then he's not able to make it. So
Hmm.
why is there is an issue with the visibility of it?
Hmm.
So I thought, okay, how can I help?
Hmm.
So initially I used to share marketing tips.
Hmm.
Okay, I still do that.
Hmm.
Okay, if somebody asks me how do you sell your books,
Hmm.
I still do that.
Hmm.
So I thought, okay, I have some experience with YouTube.
Hmm.
Nobody talks about failure, but I once upon a time failed in an online business.
Hmm.
I was selling products online, so
Hmm.
that business did not take off because of some reasons.
Hmm.
So during that business, I had learned the ropes on YouTube.
Hmm.
So and digital marketing.
Hmm.
So that learning remained with me. You see,
Hmm. Hmm.
uh, every failed business is like an MBA course in itself.
Wow. Wow.
so so it takes your money, but it gives you a certain amount of knowledge.
Failure is the
So I
biggest
thought,
teacher. Failure is the
yes,
biggest
yes,
teacher.
biggest
Hmm.
teacher.
Hmm.
So I used that learning. I
Hmm.
thought, okay, let me do it. But I was hesitant.
Hmm.
Then I have a teenage son
Hmm.
who is a very big motivator in my life.
Hmm.
So he motivated me that, okay, you know something. So why don't you come out with this? If you're
Hmm.
thinking about it, why don't you come out with this?
Hmm.
So yeah, there were time issues. There were some technology issues.
Hmm.
I had to brush it up a little bit,
Hmm. Hmm.
but then eventually I could do it.
Hmm.
So I tested with one interview
Hmm.
randomly. I
Hmm.
picked one author. I tested with one interview,
Hmm.
and love was showered. So
Hmm.
then I thought, okay, it's feasible,
Hmm.
So
Yes.
yeah, I gave it an image like a coffee talk, a candid coffee talk, instead
Hmm.
of an interview where somebody might, again get nervous, or as it is, not everybody is hitting number one, not everybody is a conversationalist. So
Hmm.
you have to give them that comfort level.
Hmm.
So you have to make it a candid talk, and again, sipping coffee with the talk actually cools your nerves.
And the
So
mug says that sip and talk with
yeah,
Vikram. You
yeah,
have the mug with you?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. I have it. Yeah.
The sip and talk with Vikram. Amazing. Amazing. Yeah.
So
Great.
yeah, so I ship a mug to them and make it more comfortable for them, and that's it. So it's going on well. People are
Hmm.
loving it. I'm
Hmm.
getting good feedback and comments, and people are lining up. I am lagging behind in interviewing them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
With a
I
full-time
have a
job
team.
and
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Got it.
So
Got it.
I
Now.
mean, yes, I of course I have compromised on a lot of other hobbies.
Hmm.
I have several hobbies.
Hmm.
It's not just one. So I'm compromising on other hobbies for the time being and pursuing this more. But then yes, I feel good that I'm eventually trying to help people, and it is actually reaching out to them. People come back. They come back. They come back with testimonials that
Hmm.
how much they benefited, how they got more visibility on the
Hmm.
web.
Wonderful.
So yeah, it all feels good in the
Hmm. What are the hobbies you are compromising, Vikram?
end. You see, I am a collector of postage stamps.
Okay.
I'm a collector of coins.
Okay.
I used to collect different types of stones. Now that stones things have gone far back.
Hmm.
I'm traveling less. I'm not able to collect many type of stones.
Hmm.
So I've sort of given up. That was a childhood hobby.
Hmm.
Then gardening is a big hobby. I
Hmm.
did gardening. Even cooking my own food is a big hobby.
Hmm. Hmm.
So yeah, I was
What do you
never a
cook?
TV
What do you cook
person.
best? What do you cook best?
I am a vegetarian cook, so ghas poos, as the people call it.
Good one. Good one. Good one. Okay. So see, when I am personally experiencing that in interview, when you listen to the other person, you learn a lot because I am interviewing so many people. I am learning from their lives. So of course, you are helping those people in terms of visibility, but in the process of conducting those interviews, do you see some kind of deeper lessons? Because you know what happens, sometimes we might think that the other person is maybe a little bit less skilled than me, or maybe I am more skilled, whatever. But at the end of the day, we learn from everybody. As you are saying that you're learning from the teenager, we learn from teenagers also. So what kind of learning, because I am learning a lot from many of my guests as to what they are going through, what kind of process they had. And so can you please talk about a couple of things which you learn from these people's discussion? Maybe it could be about their life, it could be about their maybe books, any kind of thoughts that come to your mind on the top of your head.
Yes, I'm learning from each and every participant in the interview, and I'm
Hmm.
discovering them deeper than I knew them.
Hmm.
You see, I'll give you some examples without naming
Sure,
them.
sure, sure, sure.
There's a software professional who's a yoga practitioner.
Ah, yes.
There is a lawyer who had been into uh, operating systems.
Hmm.
There's a advanced in age principal of a school who's also into fitness.
Hmm.
There is an engineer who is doing urban forestry and upcycling of plastics and paper.
Hmm.
So, these are the facets which are coming out from this interview, which
Hmm.
is, according to me, is more exciting than just reading their books.
Yes.
Knowing them, knowing their works is so much exciting, much more exciting than just reading their books. Of
Hmm.
course, their books are amazing, no doubt.
Hmm. Right. Wonderful.
So,
Wonderful.
so I'm learning from each one of them.
Amazing. Amazing. So now let's now talk about your personal habits. You are writing the books, you are conducting these interviews, you are doing a day job. uh, how do you manage all these things? So can you please tell about your productivity secrets? How do you manage consistently all these things, writing a book, going to office, handling big teams, and then conducting interviews, helping people in the community? Yes, where do you find the time, or you prioritize? What is your secret? Talk about that.
You see, you have to go back to the drawing board every time.
Hmm.
So
Elaborate.
whenever you feel challenges, you think every person, I'm telling you this secret about every person,
Mm-hmm.
was much more capable as a school child than they are now.
Hmm.
In the school, every one of us in India learned at least 14 subjects at a time, or
Yes.
maybe 12.
Yes.
If you divide the humanities and if you divide the maths and science, so there used to be like 12 or 14 subjects, and for
Yes.
each subject there used to be a different teacher.
Hmm.
No teacher could teach another subject,
Hmm.
but that student learned all of those,
Hmm.
and there were periods allocated for that,
Yes. Yes.
including games and lunch.
Yes.
Okay, so I took cue from that. Okay, I everybody has got similar resources, 24 hours in a day.
Hmm.
Okay, you need certain hours for your physiological needs, for your sleep, eat, whatever,
Hmm.
and the remaining part of the 24 hours you
Hmm.
have to divide into segments.
Hmm.
So I wake up early
Hmm.
and I start writing from say 6:30 to 7:30.
Okay.
That's my writing time.
Okay.
Okay, I do nothing else but I write.
Hmm.
Okay, then 7:30 to 8:30 is my me time, where I go to do my yoga and that hot water with lemon or whatever,
Hmm.
those things.
Hmm.
And then I am uh, getting ready for my work. And once I'm at work, I'm totally absorbed because the number of portfolios that I handle are insane.
Hmm.
And you don't get a minute to think about anything else.
Yes.
Sometimes somebody has to come and remind me, let's go for lunch. So,
Yes.
so okay. Again, I do not try to hang out in office till late.
Hmm.
Once I'm done with my day's routine and once I've followed up all my stuff, I try to leave on time.
Hmm.
Okay, once I'm back home, now I do not write then.
Hmm.
So evening times are for either for my book promotions or for my interviews or my YouTube. So I try to finish all that during the evening time,
Hmm.
and that's it. Then I take a good sleep.
Very well planned day. Very well planned day. Yeah, you do the most important thing of your personal thing, which is writing first thing in the day, so that you have ticked the mark for the rest of the day that this activity is done. And as most people keep on hanging in the office till the late, so you manage discipline over there also, and that's why you're able to do so many other things. So wonderful. So I won't get into all those details of the writing and all this stuff because I have already captured all of that stuff in the bestseller club intro series where you talked about how to write, writing habits, and everything. So I'll ask all the watchers of this video to go through the previous interview I had with Vikram, which was premiered in November 2020. So you can go there and watch that and understand about writing habits, about his tips on how you can write a book, all of that stuff in there. And now, uh, I ask all of the watchers of this video, you have a different channel also to watch. The channel name is Sip and Talk with Vikram, where you can also go and watch the various other authors sharing their stories, sharing their. It's a cool talk happening over there. It's not like very totally going into book. Yeah, they are talking about book, but they are talking about in a very lighter sense about the life as well. So you'll definitely get a lot of benefit by going through that channel. So great job, Vikram, you're doing. So thank you so much for being here, and I appreciate your presence here.
Thank you so much, and thank you so for giving me this platform to reach out to people and talk to them. I'm always there to help anybody who needs me. Thank
Hmm.
you very much. Namaste.
That I know, Vikram. I'll be definitely catching you again. So now, before we leave you, I want to talk to listeners, watchers here. If you have something inside you, watchers, that makes you think that you can write a book. If you are struggling with publishing or launching, so I invite you to join the community called Author Freedom Hub. It's our community of 1,000+ authors. So there is a free training link below this video. Click on the link, watch the training, and you have an opportunity to get inside the community in that training. And I invite you to join that. And if you are someone who is fond of reading books, Vikram is an author of 3 books, fourth book coming in soon. I'll be posting the Vikram's author page link down. And if you are fond of watching videos and looking at the talks of different people, then also there's a channel link of Vikram's channel below this video. Click on that and subscribe to that channel, and you can get notified of various interviews Vikram is posting also. So now, before I let you go, Vikram, I want you to come out with some parting piece of advice for people who are watching this video. Life advice.
Okay, life advices are there, a lot of them in the book as well. One thing, like you mentioned about, people coming out with authoring books
Hmm.
or, follow their calling. So, what I would like to say is that please follow your calling. I mean, I got this deep hit recently because sort of I went through certain phases in life
Hmm.
where I could see a lot of fragility and uncertainty about life.
Hmm.
So if you leave this planet with regrets,
Hmm.
then your life is not fulfilled. So
Yes.
please follow your calling. And secondly, as Som said, that join the community and all. I'll tell you why to join the community. See, there are so many people all around doing digital coaching, digital mentoring, and they are teaching you how to write books, and they are doing it well. I'm not criticizing anybody. They are doing it well. But the amount of hand holding, the amount of personal interest that Som is giving, you are doing Som, that is humongous. And I assure you that with Som, you are getting more value than what you have invested.
Hmm. Thank you so much, Vikram. Thank you so much for the wonderful thoughts you shared in the end about FH community. Great for that. So, with that, we are at the end of this session. So, once again, thank you so much for being here. It was a pleasure to have you.
Thank you. Pleasure is mine.
Yeah, let's meet soon. Thank you. Bye bye.